Okay, so we are here with Jonny from False Friends. Can you tell us a little bit about False Friends?
Hello. False Friends are a ragtag bunch of people from, well, four fifths are from Ireland,
Mhm.
and a fifth is from East Kilbride.
Mhm.
We moved over to Glasgow because we love the music scene, and set our sights on world domination through the through the type of sad music that everyone can come together with. Yeah, that pretty much sums us up. The Power Rangers of sad music, I guess, in some way.
I mean, I quite like the Power Rangers of sad music. That's quite good.
Definitely a good album title. So
Trademark it.
exactly, I'm going to go home and do that now.
Okay, so out of all the songs that you've ever written, what one has the most meaning to you?
Oh, I'm really like a proud dad with songs a lot of time. So usually my most recent means a lot. But to be honest, actually, the most recent song we've released, "Such Good Weather," is
Mhm.
probably the most personal song. So it's probably means the most in so many ways. It's probably just the most I chatted about my mental health and how I was doing. So that probably personally is the
Yeah.
there's a song "Careless" off our EP, which seems to be like our major live song now, which
Mhm.
seems to be like everyone kind of goes to see us for that song. So that has a like real lovely place in my heart because it took as well too. It took really long for that song to get ready. We wrote
Yeah.
that song like years before we even moved to Glasgow, so
Mhm.
it took years to get that. So it's probably probably a throw up between "Careless" or "Such Good Weather." So
Yeah, I have to say, I really love Careless. Like, it's such a good song. It gives me like goosebumps every time.
thank you. Yeah, no, I'd that's live. It's been really kind of mental that how like
Yeah.
that song's took its own or took on its own like
Yeah.
life essentially. So because we didn't even ever release it as a proper single, so it's
Mhm.
kind of mental. But yeah, so it's a pretty special song, and also I've chatted to a few people where it meant a lot to them. So
Mhm. Yeah.
that kind of means a lot too.
Yeah, Rebuild used to be the one that means a lot to me, and it's still my
Yeah.
favorite song ever. But just Careless is like slowly getting there, and
Yeah,
just
I get with Rebuild too. It was the as far as a hit goes for us, I think it was probably our first hit, our only, if anything.
no, you've got plenty of hits.
Ah.
So lockdown's obviously been pretty tough for everyone, and has there been any moments for you that you found to be quite beneficial, just like as an artist?
I'll be completely honest. The first lockdown, anyway, which would have took place like last April.
Mm.
I can't think actually. Uh, wow. Did you
Okay,
can't hear
that's
it?
fine.
I think someone got murdered off site.
Oh.
No, the first lockdown was for me actually quite beneficial.
Mhm.
I went through like a serious amount of writer's block,
Mhm.
and I'd say I hadn't wrote a song for about a year and a half. Maybe well, there probably was a one or two songs, but it was definitely like it was a real
Yeah.
struggle to write. And I kind of started doubting anything and doubting if I could even write songs anymore.
Mhm.
Uh, and the first lockdown I took to be like practicing like writing exercises and like basically figuring out what kind of like essentially switching off my mind and not thinking
Mhm.
too much about it. So I ended up writing more songs than I ever did
Okay.
over the first lockdown. Like I was kind of setting a project for myself to do a song every 2 or 3 days,
Oh, okay.
which I ended up doing.
Yeah.
So the first lockdown I found actually crazy beneficial, and it kind of
Yeah.
for me now I actually sit and I can be able to sit and be like, all right, I
Yeah.
think I'm a good writer. Or I think
Yeah, that's good.
I've got my own voice. You know
Yeah.
which I think every artist kind of needs that moment. So
Yeah.
yeah, I found that part. I will say the second one I found a lot more difficult.
Mhm.
I think that was actually whereas the first one helped my mental health and helped
Yeah.
me get stuff off my chest and start
Mhm.
looking stuff. The second one I think was the first part. I was like, oh my god, it's starting to go back. But
Yeah.
again, I kind of pushed through that and started writing again and
Oh,
getting
that's
that
good.
stuff in paper. So yeah, I feel like that's still even the lessons I learned from the first one alone were so beneficial in the second one.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, our drummer Callum ended up making his own studio and like renting out a
Yeah.
room,
Yeah. I saw that.
and he's like made his little studios. And
Yeah.
so I think even that for the band is literally even that for the band is seriously beneficial. Like
Yeah.
we've been able to start, I guess, focusing on ourselves so much. So
Yeah.
yeah. we've came out of it okay.
Yeah.
Not too unscathed.
Yeah, because you guys did, was it every 8 o'clock on a Friday you were on for
Oh
an hour,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Anna
I
and
kind of forgot about that because that's
Fergal
so like
did.
that feels like years ago really to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually I love that too because that was actually that kind of gave me a goal to for my ones anyway. Give me a goal to write a song for that week,
Mm-hmm.
or to even just be like
Yeah.
to not think about playing a song and be like
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this anyway.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. And it also gave me a chance to learn like a few songs and get this guess to chat to fans and
Yeah.
see what they really want from us and stuff. And I know with Fergal and Anna, like I'd say I don't know if maybe I'm speaking out of turn for speaking for Anna, which I wouldn't want to do, but I'd say it made her come out of her shell a lot more because I
Yeah.
think Anna's unbelievably
Yeah,
talented.
I think she is as
And
well.
like could easily be the main singer. Like, I could be just thrown out tomorrow, and I think False Friends wouldn't suffer at all. So like I think that's helped Anna so much, and Fergal's confidence too so
Yeah.
much. So much so I'm actually like I can't wait till we're back playing live because we
Yeah.
haven't played live since then. So you
Yeah,
know,
I can't wait either.
I don't think we've actually been all in a room since the
I
first
know,
lockdown
because you've all
because we've
been.
kind of all been moving back
Yeah.
and forth. So yeah, so they're back over. I don't know when this goes out, but they're back over next week. So
Well, that's good.
that'll be the first time we're probably back in a room together.
Back
So,
in a room. Well, that's exciting.
yeah.
So, in your opinion, have you found the Scottish music scene supportive and inclusive? Obviously, you've come over from Ireland, so has there
Mhm.
been any kind of backlash from that, or?
I wouldn't say backlash. I think you can get in your head too much about it because you can kind of think. I kind of see us, and this might be crazy to say. I kind of see us as a Scottish band in a way,
Yeah.
because I think we're so in deep in the scene,
Yeah, of
and
course.
we're so even us as people are so
Mhm.
invested in the scene.
Yeah.
I don't see really us as much of an Irish band, other than the fact that we're Irish, or
Yeah,
four of us are.
Because you've been here for a while, haven't you?
Oh yeah, like over 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
So like, so like, that's the thing. I don't see us anymore as like a Irish band as much. So it's kind of hard because I can obviously understand when people hear our accents, being
Yeah.
like, "Also, you're not a Scottish band." Some people, usually people hear us like at gigs and then be like, "Also, are you on tour or something?" But nope.
You should just get
We're-
Cam to speak for you, and then that way they'll be.
and he's the one that's probably like, "I'll not speak for us." And you don't want to hear us trying to impersonate a Scottish accent. So
Dare you?
yeah, I really mean I have done it before, and it gets really embarrassing. I think maybe they want those ones could do it, but I can't. You know. But yeah, so but it is. There's been parts of it inclusive, parts of it not. Not. I don't think it's anyone's fault for not being inclusive,
Yeah.
but as I said, you can get your own head about it too much, and I really
Mhm.
try not to think about it. Because then as well too, I think it's kind of crazy to think of yourself as like a place as a band.
Yeah.
You kind of want to be everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's been somewhat inclusive. I think like it's. I think you know what I'd say the Scottish scene's very cliquey.
Yeah.
And not in it's not again not any faults.
Mhm.
I think just bands that are friends of bands
Yeah.
who hang out with bands. So it's not. We probably are seen by others as well too, being in cliques,
Yeah.
but we wouldn't even notice. But
Yeah. It's not something you really notice. It's kind of
Yeah.
like an outsider's perspective.
yeah, exactly. So it's people could say it at the end. But all I know is that I just want to be playing music in it, and I wouldn't change anything for the world for it because I love the Glasgow scene, or
Yeah.
that's the Scottish scene in general.
Yeah.
I love it so much, and I love so many bands in it. So even if I don't feel somebody's included, it doesn't really bother me too much. It's kind of more of a barrier to push
Yeah.
through and hopefully get past. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's one thing that I think we've all missed, like through lockdown, is that like not just the scene, but like the crowd itself. Like
yeah,
you cannot beat a Glasgow crowd. Like
Mhm.
I know that's very one-sided on me
Mhm.
because obviously I've really only go to shows in
Yeah.
Glasgow. But like even when you go to shows down south somewhere and you're like, oh, this is a totally different vibe.
I agree. I don't think I've ever been even like when you go to massive acts.
Mhm.
I like I'll always say the bars is my own
Yeah.
is pure like that's if I could retire tomorrow if I played the bars,
Yeah, me too.
even if it was like a few people like honestly like, but that's because like every time I've been in the bars the atmosphere alone is like
yeah,
there's nothing like it. I've told my friends about it. I've seen the same bands
yeah,
in two different venues, and
yeah,
bars alone sums it all up. But the Glasgow crowd is just insane. And you can kind of see it in any band that comes to tour, or
Yeah.
like, and then when you go to play gigs, you feel it too.
yeah.
You know, it's just the way it is. So
Yeah.
it's
It's definitely something I have struggled with and missed since everything's gone away. But
very much so. But there's also a part of me that loves that wee moment of like either they may not even pick it up when we're talking on stage, but like when they come to chat this later on, a fan could be like, Are you Irish? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what? And the rest Scottish? No. I'm like, oh, all right. I love that. I love that kind of feeling. So.
So, are there any acts at the moment that have caught your eye coming out of Scotland?
There's a good few.
I know.
I'm like, I don't think me singing their praises will like help bring up their more because they're already massive. But I think the Ninth Wave are just doing so many.
Yeah,
like
they're insane.
I keep actually being. I'm one of those artists or like artists. Oh, so posh. I'm one of those people that like I get so jealous and so like fucking dicks. Like, but they're so good, man. They're so good. But like they're obviously one. But I think an unsung hero for this year so far for me anyway has been Posable Action Figures.
Oh yeah.
That album's like it's probably one of my favorite albums this year. I think that album is amazing. I keep listening. I love we know Kyle from La Kyoto.
Okay,
and I literally like he's the nicest guy. I really love having drinks with him. Like love sitting and chatting music with him. Can't wait to see him. But when he put up saying like, got this band, this is the album coming out, and I was like, oh cool, that's kind of cool. I was expecting all that Kyoto stuff, but this is cool. And then I listened to the album and I was like, again, that jealousy thing of what's going on? Like I didn't hear this band before this. But unbelievable. Lizzie Reed.
Yeah.
Lizzie Reed's gonna be huge, man. It's again like Lizzie Reed's just gonna be huge, and that EP proved it. And and to be honest, we kind of I don't know what he's doing project wise. I think he's gone solo now. But Blair Davy, he used to be in Stop the Rain. I can't remember. I never could say their name. Avira.
No.
Sorry.
Avira. Coming from Chloe in the corner.
Sorry. Yeah. So hi. Sorry. I've told Blair I couldn't say the name. So, but Blair's the nicest guy, and the songs he's writing right now are unbelievable. I don't think people might not have heard of him yet, but I think people in years to come will be knowing Blair. Yeah. Whatever he goes on to specifically do project ways, but he's super talented. Like again, for his age, I'm actually like, what is going on, man? You skipped the queue, man. This is not fair. So good. So that's Blair, Lizzie Reed, and Posable Action Figures. Please listen to Posable Action Figures album.
Oh, yeah, I can agree with that one. They are very good.
Tricky is easily my favourite song of the year. I love it so much.
I'll go and check out Blair, though.
It's his Instagram. He always puts up covers and stuff, but even just his writing is so good. He's the nicest guy, too.
Okay, so have you got anything exciting in the works that you can talk about, or is it all very hush-hush?
There's a few things hush-hush, but they're not really. They're kind of more... Do you know what? We have no real plans for this year because we don't know how to plan for this year. So we've kind of got like outlines of what we wouldn't mind doing. So that's why they're kind of hush-hush, but we don't... but I would say now that Callum's got the studio open, I think the next plan of action is to start seeing if we can record an album. I think we kind of...
Sorry.
Sorry, that's new information.
Showing my true fandom there.
It could be new information for the band too, watching this. No, it was we've kind of been talking about it, and I think it's just but we wanted to happen naturally, so we're just going to start recording and see what, like, there's a few songs we've kind of got started on. We don't know whether they're just going to be released as singles or whatever, but or if it's going to be an album, but I think we've got just so much music now that we're kind of like, and I'm kind of like, I think you get too much in your head about the perfect time and stuff like that. But now we're just like we want to do an album. And I'd love to get a tour going as quickly as possible. There's friends and stuff back home in Ireland that keep wanting me back there, and I would love to get in Ireland. But realistically, nothing confirmed or anything. But well, we have a show with you guys.
That's very true.
Is it February? April?
Yeah, February you got two.
It's the dates have changed. I don't know.
I know. It's been rescheduled so many times.
Yeah, so we got a show with you guys February, so that's pretty much the only thing in the books. People keep cancelling.
Can I make a request for the album?
Yes.
See some of the songs that you took off of Spotify a while ago?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you like...
You wouldn't believe him when he request Loneliness. You know what? Yeah, okay.
Can you like even if it's like a wee B-side?
B-side, no problem.
Like a wee...
It's actually, that's mental. We never thought anyone was caring about those songs. And then literally like we have... It's probably the most that we've like fan mail we've had as more people like, can you put this back on Spotify? It's like,
honestly, I was heartbroken when I saw those songs go away. I was like, what?
I think Loneliness is on YouTube, though, isn't it?
It's on Bandcamp. That's like
I
been
think
how
it's
I've
on
been
YouTube. I think
listening
it's on
to
our
it.
YouTube as well. But like it's got like
Yeah,
3
no, it
views, so
is.
it doesn't promote it. I think it doesn't promote it a lot, but it's like it's got like 4 views. But I think we just put it at that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'll send it to the band and we'll take note. I wouldn't be shocked if we like try to re-record it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just putting that out
I
there.
love that song too. Like, oh yeah, that was my favorite closer. It's all good.
Yeah. So, last question here is, where can people find you and your music?
Well, we are on all good streaming platforms. Spotify usually is the most popular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, iTunes and stuff. Tidal still a thing? Title's still a thing. There we go. I've never met anyone that owns it, but like Tidal. We're on all streaming platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Bolt's Friends Music. We're also on like YouTube, but
Yeah.
there's not really a lot on that.
Well, no, I like your sea level video.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we like to think we're okay for music videos. We take time to make them. Yeah, so we're on YouTube. If you want to watch some music videos with us and try to see us act as cool as we can, which we're not.
Where was that filmed?
In Maryhill.
Oh, okay.
Maryhill Hall, which we might actually have a project we're doing in Maryhill Hall
Oh.
soon, possibly. Again, it's all stuff is like this would be a good idea. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. So we got that on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud and stuff like that too. Yeah, I'm always really bad with this stuff. This is why Corey hates me
Yeah,
on
I was
stage.
gonna say,
I'm always
this is
like, I'm always just
normally
sitting there like, but yeah, we're on everything. If you want to see a really bad Twitter game, I would follow our Twitter. It's just usually us sending things and be like, we're gonna be massive, and with one like.
Well, you never know. Maybe you can up it to 2.
Here, all I'm looking for is that retweet, and it's like, bam.
Right. Well, that wraps up all my questions. So thank you very much.
Cheers.
For
Thank you so
chatting
much
to
for
me.
that.
It has
Thank you.
been amazing.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.